Hi, my name is Sheaon Alistair Townsend. I am the founder and creator of Skape Creative Magazine. I am 35 years of age and I'm from the beautiful island of Jamaica. I arrived in Italy October 3rd, 2016. So now we're in October 5th, 2020. So now I've been here 4 years, but it feels longer. um, what actually made me choose Italy? I know it's a bit cliche, but I would say it was love. Um, I have a best friend that I met while I was living in Jamaica because in Jamaica I owned a tour company at the time called Journey Jamaica Tours, and I was staying at a hostel called the Reggae Hostel in Kingston, Jamaica. And I met who is now my best friend. Her name is LM. I love you. I met her at the hostel, and we became like brother sister ever since. And I always used to do my job solo. I never depended on anyone to help me. I always do everything alone. And it's a very hectic job, tourism, because you have to basically be available for your guests at all times. And I used to organize tours. I used to basically provide accommodation. I used to do the meals, all the activities, everything. I did it. And I found myself started to drink a lot of Red Bull and not sleeping. And I remember one day I was in Negril and I was driving back from dropping my guests off at their hotel, and I felt this pain in my chest. I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" And to my surprise, I actually drove myself to the hospital in Savalamar. It's basically Westmoreland. It's a part of Jamaica also. And when I got to the hospital, the doctor, they did all the checks on me and everything, and they said I had a minor heart attack. I was like, whoa. It was shocking. And when Ellen found out about it, she actually flew back from Italy to come and see me in Jamaica. And she brought Katia, who is now my wife. She brought her with her. And, of course, met each other. We never liked each other at first. But after speaking, start to realize that we have a lot in common. And it's like they say opposites attract. That was my case. Opposites attracted, and fell in love with her. And she's an artist, and the type of art that she does, if she moved to Jamaica at the time, she would not be appreciated the way that she deserves to be appreciated. And I see that I do tourism, and I'm a creative mind, so I can do whatever I do anywhere in the world. So I made the choice to leave everything aside in Jamaica and move and start a brand new life in Italy, where my heart is. So basically, yes, I came here because I fell in love, and I'm still in love until this day. Professionally, almost 2 years, I would say. Yeah, almost 2 years professionally. But photography has always been something that I was always fascinated about for years now. I remember I got my very first camera when I was living in New Jersey. It was 2012. My aunt, she believed in me so much, and I remember I went to her and I said, Aunt Amy, I want to become a photographer. And she went online and she ordered me a camera. And every day I was outside. I was walking in the woods. I was going to the parks. I was just shooting everything I saw. And I noticed something that whenever I was doing photography, like whatever problems I had on the inside, for that split second, I hit that shutter, like everything disappeared. And I loved that feeling. But I was younger, so I lost interest, but I still had the passion because I never had any belief in myself. So I never thought I could be good. So I just did it at that point in time just because I wanted to try it, and then I just stopped it. But now I'm doing it, and every time I every time I do a photo and I actually take a look at what I did, I can I'm so proud of myself. It's like I could get out of my body and look at myself and say, listen to me, man. I'm so proud of you. You've come a long way and you still have a lot to learn, but don't give up. So yeah, I've been almost 2 years, as I said, professionally, and I would not call myself a professional. I would still call myself an amateur because I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn in the world of photography. The inspiration for Escape Creative Magazine, it actually came to me during the whole COVID situation because I had the COVID and I was basically in isolation for a little over a month. And being locked in your house for that long period of time, it plays tricks on the mind. You start seeing stuff. You basically feel like you're going crazy. And I had my son to focus on and my wife, and I was there trying to figure out what's next. What am I going to do? Like, if the situation doesn't end, what are we going to do? I need to find a way to provide for my family. And I went to bed that night and I prayed. Like seriously, I prayed and I put everything in front of God and I said, I tried everything. Since I've been here, it's not been easy. It's been a hard road, and now I found something that I think I'm good at. Now I'm sick. I don't know if I'm going to survive the sickness. I don't know how I'm going to provide for my family. I said, show me a sign. Show me what's next. Show me your plan. Now I'm ready. Show me the plan. And it's weird. That morning I woke up and I grabbed my laptop and I just couldn't stop designing like a magazine. I'm like, why am I doing this? I've never done a magazine before. I've never done anything like this before. And the more I try to stop is the more ideas keep flowing in, flowing in, flowing in, flowing in. And I was watching a documentary on Netflix, and there's something in it that captivated me. And I said, if I am doing a magazine, I don't really care about the drama and the gossip and focus on people's lifestyles. I don't care about that stuff. I want to do something that will help other people. I said, okay, photography helped me out of my depression. Photography helped me from my suicide phases that I went through. Photography brought me happiness and brought me a level of stability in my life. So I said, okay, how about I do a magazine where I interview regular people with a creative mind that had problems with depression, stress, anxiety, had suicidal thoughts, all these issues, and they found a level of creativity to help them to get over it. So I said, maybe I need to do this. So I'm going to write a questionnaire and I'm going to just go on the internet and try to find some people, give them the questions, and after they answer, I summarize it into an article. And hopefully my article might reach out to someone who wants to be, let's say, an artist and are going through that struggle, don't have any self-confidence, but after reading this person's article, it actually inspired them to follow their dreams, to focus on what's before them, not focus on what's behind. So my inspiration comes from my personal experiences and also from what I've been seeing with other people, and knowing that I've always had this passion to assist people, to help people, no matter what the situation is. I always have this urge to give it my all. So that's my inspiration for the magazine, basically, to assist people who are suffering from depression and anxiety issues, and also having suicidal thoughts. I'm trying to show you that through art, there is a way out. Through art, there's a beautiful world out there. All you have to do is allow it to come inside of you. Um, Escape. Where did it come from? Okay, believe it or not, this is how I kind of prove a little bit that sometimes we get a vision of our future, but sometimes we're so blind we can't see it, that it's actually a vision of what's to come. Let me explain why I said that. A few years ago, I think it was like 3 years ago, my wife wanted to open a tattoo studio. and we were trying to come up with a name for the studio because her designer name, her artist name is Lacat. So we said, no, we're not going to use that. We need to try to find something else. So we're there, we're going, and we're thinking. And she came up, she's like, Escape. So I was like, Escape. I said, yo, that's catchy. But I was spelling it the actual way with the E. And she said, no, we have to try to do something different. So she's like, how about Skape? I'm like, Escape. I said, why you got that? She's like, oh, S is for me because I'm Sheaon, and K is for her because she's Katia. So it's Sheaon and Katia together. And when both of us come together, it's like we're not here. We're just here in body because our minds are together. Me and this girl will create masterpieces each time we sit together and we try to do something. So the name Escape actually came from my wife, with an inspiration of both our creative minds together, and because we both been through stuff in our lives, and we want to create a reality that you escape from it. You go to this beautiful place where only thing that exists is art, music, culture, happiness, peace. So when you think about Escape, you're thinking about peace and tranquility. You're not thinking about stress. You're not thinking about problems. You're thinking about just relax, take a deep breath, and allow your creativity to flow. So that's basically what Escape is. Escape is going into your own world, blocking all the negative life out, and focus on a brand new life. And if you allow this life to become a part of you, I promise you, depression would be just a word for you. It's this question now. Let's see. I know a lot of people, when you're starting a business, your main focus is that, oh, you're going to make a lot of money, you're going to be rich, and all the stuff that you're going to buy. That's basically your motivation to say that, oh yeah, you can be able to afford a fancy car, jewelry, clothes, all that stuff. But for me, no. What I want to achieve from this magazine, I want to, as I said, I want to be able to inspire our young generation, because young people today, they lack inspiration. They're just focused on what they see on the TV, and all the stuff from the media today, it's all negative. So I want to create something different. I want to create something that will actually inspire a young person to maybe learn painting, to grab your phone and learn ways to take pictures through your phone and then upgrade yourself to a camera. To teach a person to, okay, you read an article about a singer, you go in your bathroom or wherever you are and you try to sing, you force yourself, you push yourself. So basically for me, I want to be different from the other media outlets. My achievement from this, hopefully, is to sit one day and someone comes up to me and said, "Hi, are you the creator for Escape?" And I say yes. And that person can then say to me, "I want to thank you so much because I read this article and this article explained everything about my life and you saved me, and now I'm motivated to follow my dream." So that's what I am looking for. I don't care about the wealth. The wealth isn't anything. Money come and money goes. That's what I've learned. So it's not about wealth for me, and it's about reaching out to people in need. So that's what I plan to achieve. I plan to achieve basically happiness, not from me, but from everyone who takes part in my magazine, everyone who reads my magazine. Happiness, unity, that's all I need, nothing more. My favorite article. Actually, my favorite article is, let me see. I don't want to talk much about it because I actually want people to read the magazine when it's out. But my favorite article is called Voice of a Refugee, because I've been living in Italy, as I said, 4 years now. And I never understood what the whole concept behind being a refugee is. I always thought it was a person that ran away and all that stuff. But after living here, start seeing, because I'm meeting a lot of them. Some of them I would call friends, but the rest of them wouldn't even classify them as being a colleague, you know. And I've always been seeing on social media and on the TV where Italians are always talking all these negative things about them. And I'm not going to lie, I was actually one of them also, because especially when I see them throwing the food away, I'm like, yo, these are some ungrateful piece of, you know what? So I was like, yo, why are you throwing the food away? Like, these people are giving you food, they're giving you a place to stay safe, and this is the appreciation you give them. But I always did that. And then one day I met someone and he said to me that, hey, you don't understand the reason why we do this. I said, elaborate for me, please. And he said to me that the food that they're getting, it's basically, it's dog food. And a lot of times there's worms and stuff in it. And he literally took his phone and showed me pictures of the food. And oh my God, like it hit my heart when I saw that, because I'm like, yo, these are people from the land that my ancestors are from. So basically my brothers, my sisters. And I'm at home. Sometimes I cook a huge amount of food and I throw it away. And these people are out there, they're in need of it, you know? So it inspired me. I say, you know what? I need to put an article in my magazine about this in the section that has to do with culture. Because for us, before we judge, it's better for us to understand. That's my philosophy. And I sat down and I did an interview. We also have a video interview coming for this. We have an actual video where you're going to actually hear some of these stories from an actual person. And the reason why this article is my favorite, because it lets me understand all the people that I used to be judging. Now I understand the way they act, and a lot of the stuff that's happening to them now. It actually touched my heart, because knowing that I understand what they went through from before their country got bad, during the whole change, and what pushed them to leave their country, the journey they went through. And trust me, man, when you hear the journey that they went through to come here to start a new life, a better life, and you are sitting at your home and you're judging, you're criticizing them, you should be ashamed, because these people literally walk through a desert, walking over bodies of their brothers and sisters, getting beaten, getting locked in cages, getting sold, watching their sisters get raped, watch their brothers getting burnt. Then they got packed on a boat. A lot of times the boats go off track. You know, their brothers and sisters dying around them on the boat. They have to be throwing them over the boat. Sorry. And these, man, just talking about it now, man, it makes me really sad, because this is what human beings have to be going through. And instead of we trying to understand and trying to assist, we're sitting there in our homes with our kitchen filled with food, with our, in the summertime, our air condition, in the wintertime, our nice heating system, our cars, our closets filled with clothes. And we're judging these people that are living in a camp. Some of them are living on the street, and we don't understand the problems they're going through. We don't understand why they left their home, their safety, to come here, to go through all that problem to arrive here for a better life. So it's my favorite topic, because I want this to have an impact on not only Italy, but the entire world, because I am against racism a lot. I've been a victim of racism since I can't even remember when. I spent 3.5 months in jail in the US because I was a black dude. I went to drop my girlfriend off at home, and a police officer literally ordered me back in a car that was parked, and then come and demanded my documents from me, and called his other friends. And I remember they put me out against the car, was searching me very aggressively and asking me, why am I not fighting back? I said, why should I fight back? I said, my mother was a police officer. I was brought up to respect the law, you know? And they brought me and locked me away. They took away my phone. I had no access to my family, nothing. They locked me in the place they call the SHU, Solitary Housing Unit. They locked me in there and they gave me my food sometimes without a fork because I said where I'm from, they know we don't use forks, you know. So I've been through it, and even here in Italy, I went for jobs and I never got it because I was black. One person literally told me that they don't like to hire black people because they don't trust them. Other people call me nigger. Other people tell me to go back to Africa. I'm not even from Africa. So I want to put a change. I want to put a change. I want to people to understand what we are going through, what we went through to be here, that we're just like you. Because at the end of the day, if anything should happen here, like something drastic happens here in Italy, at the end of the day, you need us because we are the fighters. You're not the fighters. We are the fighters. We're the ones that will protect you. If you don't want to go pick your grapes, which a lot of you guys here don't want to go do that, you don't want to go work in the farms, we will do it. You have too much pride to go work on the garbage truck, we will do it. We work together as a team. You get me? This is what this whole article is about, is letting you understand the struggles these people go through. And even when they're here trying to start a better life, they're still fighting for their freedom because you see them as just another black person, as just another Indian, as just another Arab, as just another Chinese. But at the end of the day, we're all one. Um, if I was in Jamaica and I got the idea for Escape, first of all, I'm being very honest. I wouldn't have this idea if I was in Jamaica. I wouldn't, because in Jamaica there's too much distraction. And especially something like this, it wouldn't work in Jamaica because Jamaicans, we love gossip, we love drama. That's what we love. If you go online and you look at the Jamaica Star, that's one of the news outlets in Jamaica. Just look at the headlines and you see what I'm talking about. Even in our Gleaner, everything, every form of media in our country, it's all about talking bad about someone, either sex, murder, or something that has nothing to contribute to the community. So if I was there and I got this idea in Jamaica, I would basically be doing the same thing like everybody else is doing because that's the trend. You know, the trend is always talking about people, talking which artist is broke, talking who is bleaching, who is gay, who is eating what they're not supposed to, all that stuff, you know. And I was never into that. And so if I was in Jamaica, I would not, I'm being honest, I would not have gotten this idea because I would either be trying to do something with music, which everybody is doing. Um, I would maybe still do the photography, but I wouldn't, the type of magazine I would do with the photography maybe would be like entertainment. It would be focused on entertainment. So I can't really say what I would do if I was there. But I know for a fact that what I'm doing here now, if I wanted to do the exact same thing back home, um, I won't say it wouldn't work, but I wouldn't get the support I am getting now if I was doing it back home. Because if I was doing it back home, I couldn't just write an article and do it. Let's say I'm doing an interview with a person that sweeps the street, but at home that person is an artist. If I wrote an article about that person, I guarantee you not a bunch of people would want to read it. But if I go and write an article about an established singer, dancer, or someone famous, then everybody is going to want to read it. And by the next day after the article comes out, you're going to go on a blog or something or some group on Facebook and see someone else create a fake page and start disrespecting this artist, talk about, oh, just drama. So it's all drama. So to be honest with you, and I'm being honest about this. If anybody wants to be offended, that's on you because what I'm saying is the truth. Um, if I was home, this would be a no-no. It definitely would be a no-no. So I am where I am now because I'm not saying if, when Escape becomes a big thing, then I can think about doing articles with Jamaica. I still implement Jamaica in my magazine because every edition I plan to feature a famous singer from Jamaica. This edition, the first edition, I'm featuring Devin the Doctor, because he's one, to me, he's one of the most talented young singers right now in Jamaica. Like, he's extremely talented. The way this guy delivers his music, it's unlike, and it's like any nothing I've seen before. Everything I've been hearing in Jamaica recently in music is all about guns and all the same thing. It's just a repeat of shoot this, kill that, bust this, bust that, f this girl, f that girl. It's boring to me now. Now it's tiring. So when I hear like this artist, like the way he comes and he delivers, like you listen to him and you're like, oh man, that's deep. It's like literal poetry. So I still implement my people. I will never leave out my people, and I have a lot of plans for Jamaica when it comes to my magazine. But back to the question, if I was in Jamaica, this idea wouldn't have been born. That's a fact. It wouldn't have been born because my mind would be somewhere different. It would be, there's too much distractions home, and I would want to do what's in trend. And this idea, no, it's not in trend in my country right now. Life was not made to be easy. You might wake up sometimes and yeah, because you don't have enough food in your house, or you don't have money to take the bus to work, you certain things that you see others around you have, and you start stressing about it, especially if you have an education and you know you're qualified, you know you should be doing better. That's when you keep telling yourself that sometimes, man, I should have been better than this in my life. I should have reached further. That right there, it's a weakness. This is what I would like to tell people. You see, every time you get this negative feeling inside of you, if you love music, take a book and take a pen or a pencil and start writing your feelings, writing everything down. If you are an artist, grab a paintbrush, grab a pencil, something, start drawing, start painting. If you are into photography, if you don't have a professional camera, grab your cell phone. Your mind, it's like, this is how I am actually. Whatever you allow your mind to do, it will do it. It controls you, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Because at one point in time, I felt like I was nothing, man. Like, I hated myself so much. And I started to tell myself that, oh, I will never come after anything. I will never leave Jamaica. I'm going to die in Jamaica. I will never have a family of my own. I will always be a depressed person. People will always be talking about me. Nobody likes me. And guess what? My mind now actually makes me start believing this was true. So it blocked me from actually having friends because I thought most of the people that were with me, they just talked to me because I was around, but these people actually cared about me. My mind distracted me from it because I was using it in the wrong way. So now I've learned the right way to use it. All the hate I had in my heart, all the depression, all my sadness, whenever I start feeling these feelings, I find something to do. I get on my computer, I get on my cell phone and go on one of my photo apps and start editing a photo. I go on YouTube. YouTube, thank God for YouTube. I go to YouTube and I just type something like emotional beat and just start singing. Whatever is on my heart, I just start singing, just singing, some singing. And then after that, I'll go and say how to take a picture of a tree upside it down. Some weird stuff. And when I start looking at these things, because these are things I'm interested in, when I start watching it, the problem was this big, but the problem start doing this. It start getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it fades away. My frown becomes a smile. Now I'm ready to say, you know what? I'll go to my wife and say, hey, listen, I'm going outside. I need to go do a picture. So basically what I'm saying is, be your own inspiration. Stop depending on other people to inspire you. Stop depending on other people to always motivate you. It is good to have a mentor. It is good to have someone that you look up to. But always look in the mirror and look up to yourself. All the mistakes we made in our lives, we're human. Even animals make mistakes. It's a learning process. It's how you use that mistake to better yourself. That's the important thing. If you're going to keep making these mistakes over and over, over and over, that means you don't want to change. So when you're sitting there and you want to be a singer and you say, oh, nobody listening to my songs, nobody liking my stuff, nobody sharing it, I'm no good. Nah, use that as a motivation and push yourself to get more people to like your music. Don't stop. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, because guess what? One day, one person might just go and like your song. And when you get a call, it might be a famous singer or a famous producer and say, hey, this is you that was singing on YouTube. I like your song. I would love to work with you. You might be a photographer and keep posting. Nobody likes your stuff and you lose faith in yourself. And one day might come, a company might hit you up like, let's say, Pepsi or one of them. Hey, I like your style of photography. Would you be interested in doing some work with us? This is how it works. When you believe in yourself and you apply yourself, blessings come to you. You get me? So again, read my magazine, read the articles in Skape Creative Magazine when it's released. Read these articles. These are all real articles about people like us, people who have been fighting all our lives to prove to ourselves that we are good. But we don't need to prove to ourselves that we're good. We don't need to prove to ourselves that we can be great. We are great. Every day you wake up, wash your face and look in the mirror and say, I am successful. I am ambitious. I will be successful. Today is my day. I will achieve a goal today. Even a step towards your goal, you will achieve it. Tell yourself this every day, every single time. Every time something comes and tries to hold you back, tell yourself that I am a successful person. I am very ambitious. I am dedicated and I will make it. I will achieve my goal. If you keep doing this, your brain, your mind is going to start believing it, and you're going to go in a different lane in life. And you're going to understand and start noticing the people that gravitate around you are all positive-minded people. So if you go to some of these people and say, hey, I think if I go over there and I jump in a circle, that people might like this dance and I can start a dance school. Out of, let's say you have 6 people. Out of the 6, at least 4 of them are going to support you. They're going to go over there, they're going to jump with you, while the others are going to cheer and clap you on. This is what's happening to me now in my life. I never had any belief in myself, so I was always in a negative crowd. The crowd that has no ambition, that doesn't want anything for themselves. They just want to get up every day, go to the bar, or go sit at a corner and chill and be sad and depressed and worried about what other people have. But now I believe in myself and I'm following my dreams. No matter how hard it is, I'm following it and notice that I am in a different group. And this group are motivating me every day, pushing me. And with this push, it lets me accept who I am more. It lets me believe in myself. And this is what I want you all to do. Believe in yourself. No matter what. Yes, I know some of you might be going through abuse. I know some of you might be feeling neglected. I know some of you might just be really sad and lonely. But listen to me. At the end of that road, there's a light. You just have to keep walking straight. Do not look behind you. Do not look left. Do not look right. Just focus on that light, because that's where your dream is. Focus on the light. Our problem is, as humans, we like to look back at the past too much. When we look back at the past, we keep it around us. It lingers around us like a mosquito. We can't see it. We just hear it. But if we focus, just keep our eyes on the prize, we are going to see where that mosquito is and we're going to swat it. You get me? That's my philosophy. That's how I see it. So people, follow your dreams. Stay focused. Leave negativity aside. Every time you have a negative thought, write it on a piece of paper and go somewhere in the woods and dig a hole and bury it. And make sure you bury it somewhere where you can never find it. This is what you need to do. And focus. Don't lose your focus. Read my magazine when it's released next year. Read the articles. And there's going to be contact information for support if anybody needs to talk to someone. And there's going to be also the social media connections for all the participants of the magazine, so you can always reach out if you need advice. So that's it. And I just want to say thank you so much for the support, everyone. And thank you for reading. And thank you for listening to my interview and also the interview from all the other participants. And stay tuned. We have a lot more in store for you. Thank you.